Hi everyone, my name is Liz Whitaker and I am the founder and CEO of Pawlytics. I am super excited to be showing you this quick demo overview just so you can get an idea of how to use Pawlytics and how to find all these great features that we have inside of it, just so that you can get off those spreadsheets and get back to saving more animals. And so we'll go ahead and get started with this demo. All right, so now it is the point of after creating an account. So you're going to go ahead and log into your Pawlytics account. And you can see that I'm now in Rescue Theory. That's the name of my rescue. This is our logo, and this is my dashboard. So right on the dashboard, there's a nice welcome message, and here is my contact information, and Justin, who is our Chief Technology Officer, his contact information is right here. Never hesitate to reach out to either of us using these emails. Right from the dashboard, you can see a quick overview of what's going on with your organization's numbers. So your intake numbers for the year, how many you've had adopted, transferred, and euthanized. And this can toggle between your year to date, so this is all of 2019, or all time of what Pawlytics has on record. And so if you are a new organization and you are interested in moving away from spreadsheets, but you want to get all of your pets from spreadsheets into Pawlytics, just shoot me an email at this email with the spreadsheets and we can get those uploaded for you so you don't have to sit there and type out every single pet individually. At the bottom of your dashboard, you're going to see directions on how to create custom forms and applications, and we'll get to that section in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with looking through the pets section. My account loads slower than most because I did use insanely high quality stock photos from the internet and I forgot to compress them, and so it gives my personal account a very, very long load time. I am going to be redoing this, so please forgive me for this demo. But anyway, here's a list of the pets that I have in my care, or did have in my care, or are going to be coming in my care. Like, see these pending animals versus these pets that have already been adopted. And you can toggle between these pets at the top right here where it says, once it loads again, because my account, incoming, current, and past. And so I'm going to click on incoming, and I'm going to see all these pets that are pending to come into my rescue organization. If I click on current, then I'm going to see a list of the pets that are currently in my care that are either adoptable, they're in the sanctuary, they're needing some training, or they have a hold of some type, whether that might be a stray hold, medical, or behavioral. And then I can click on past and see the pets that I did have in my care at one time, and they are now either adopted out, transferred, or euthanized, or died in care. So we can see older pets. I can also search by pets. I can search by any information that I see on this bar, such as their name and their microchip number, species, breed. I can also sort by pet by various information, and I can filter them out as well. So let's go ahead and look at a pet that we have currently in our care. All right, let's look at Cash, who is a foxhound in training. He is in foster care with Riley Burner. And if I go ahead and click on Riley right here, it's going to take me to Riley's account, and I can see his foster history right here, that he started fostering Cash on the 14th of May, and that Cash has not gone anywhere, he does not have a new foster, and he has not been adopted. And so you can see we don't have a foster end date there right now. So let's go back to Cash's profile. You can see how everything's nicely linked between. And I've got all of Cash's basic information here. His birthday, the range he falls into on websites like Petfinder and Adopt-A-Pet, the size that he falls into here, his weight, all of his information. I can add distinguishing marks, a description that will be sent to Petfinder, as well as storing his microchip information right here, as well as extra information of who he gets along with and any other history that we might have on this animal. I can also keep track of where these animals are coming and going. So we took an intake event, he was an owner surrender. We have not added a person, so let's pretend that we knew that this owner surrender was Tolan. We're going to go ahead and hit save, and now this is linked to Tolan's person profile. So again, it's just an easy way to keep track of information all in one cohesive place. Let's say Cash is going to be getting adopted tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and select an adoption. We're going to give them an outcome type of tomorrow, and we're going to select the person who is going to be adopting him. Well, let's say that that person is not created in the system yet. I'm going to go ahead and add a new person. Jamie Muppet, her phone number, and none of this information is required. It's just nice to have all of this information on file. So we'll go ahead and skip the address just for time's sake. I'm going to hit save. Let's remember the name Jamie Muppet. I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to go ahead and type in, and there is her information, and we are able to hit save. And now it is linked to Jamie's profile. On July 18th, Jamie is adopting this dog. We'll click on Jamie's profile. We can see that we're looking at Jamie, and we're going to click adoption history, and boom, we can see that Cash has been adopted by Jamie. So again, let's go back to Cash's profile so we can finish exploring this section. Here I have his diet information, which I have not entered yet. You can go ahead and enter in information on this pet's diet so that you can send it to the adopter, or for your fosters to have. Let's say if this pet moves around from locations to foster locations to then the adopter. This is a good way to keep track of what they're eating and how much without having any confusion. Next, we can see the medical events that he's had. And so he's had some vaccines, heartworm checks, flea and tick, and we can actually pull this tab down and see what the results of those tests were, the date that they were performed on, the clinic, and the vet as well. And so to set the vet clinic and the vets, you can do that all from your organization settings, which I will show you at the end. And to add a new medical event, it's as simple as literally clicking Add New Medical Event. Oops. There we go. We are adding a new medical event. Let's say he's going to the vet today. We're going to select our vet. Let's say it's just a wellness exam pre-adoption. So we're just going to select exam, enter in our comments. He did very well and is healthy to go home. Yay. We're going to hit save, and now we have that information stored. And we can pull it down to see the information that was written. The final two sections are notes and documents. And so you can see that I can add a new note into the system. This is a new note about this pet. And other people who have access to this pet are going to be able to see the notes made on this animal. So people like volunteers or fosters or someone who will be fostering this pet can go ahead and look at the notes that other people have written about the animal and just be more prepared. This will also print off in the pet PDF as well. So notes that you feel that are important to send home with adopters, this would be a great place to store them. And of course, I can upload documents. Let's upload a new document for fun. These can be photos, attachments, anything. Let's go ahead and go with an infographic that I created earlier that you should totally check out on the Pawlytics Facebook page. And boom, it has now entered itself into the system. You can see the date that I added this attachment. This is to download and this is to delete. So I'm going to click the download button. It's actually going to pop open a new file. Check out this sweet infographic. And then from here is where I can actually download it from this extra page. But I'm going to go ahead and exit out of it just so you can get an idea of all the different functions of these tabs across the top of pets. So that is pets profiles. So let's move on to checking out people. This is a very short section. It's pretty straightforward. These are people who are maybe fosters, adopters, volunteers, someone who has surrendered a pet, maybe even donors that you're interested in keeping track of in the system. So all those people are right here, and you can search through them by any information on this bar. So I can search their name, their location, phone, email. I can also filter out by city and state. If you are a rescue that spans across multiple states, that is definitely a feature you will be using a lot. I would click right here in the corner to add a new person, and I would add all of their basic information and hit save. Then after creating a new person, I can then add them to a pet's profile or use them in another capacity. Again, the people section is pretty straightforward. If they have submitted an application of sorts, you'll be able to see it here. Let's find one that does have applications. Kimmy, I believe, does. We'll look down here. Yep, she has all 4 applications. So I'm going to be able to click on view and view an application. Oh, and she had actually applied for cash. Check that out. So that brings me to the applications section. Let's go ahead and check that out. Custom forms and applications can actually be embedded into your website, and then when people fill them out and hit submit, those applications will be directly uploaded into your Pawlytics account. And right now we allow for 4 different types of custom forms. We allow for adoption, foster, volunteer, and surrender. And so when someone fills out one of these applications, it will automatically go into the right category. So let's say Kimmy, let's go back to Kimmy's application. She had submitted an application. She was interested in cash. She was actually able to select the pet from a drop-down in the custom application. And now we captured her basic information, her answers on this application, and because she selected the pet, it's actually linked. So we can click on View Pet's Profile, and it'll take me to the pet. Or because she submitted an application, it actually had created a person for me. So these are those smart applications we're talking about, creating less work for you. So when someone fills out an application, we just check their email. If they already have an email within your account, we actually just update their personal profile. So you'll see that Kimmy has submitted 4 different types of applications. So when I go to view her profile and I scroll down, I can see all 4 different applications that she has submitted. So it's a great way to prevent duplicates of people who are applying in multiple capacities. Maybe they're interested in volunteering at first, one day they become a foster, and then one day hopefully they adopt. Hopefully these are not people that have already surrendered, but who knows. So again, we can see adoption history in here and foster history, which she has none of, so it's just telling me that she doesn't have any. We did see some earlier that did have some. So we'll go back to the application section. Again, people are able to link pets, and then these applications will create a person for you. And so it cuts down on the amount of work and keeps everything linked really, really nicely. Users is a section that a lot of people get confused with because we have both people and users. The difference between these 2 sections is that people are people, sorry for saying that word so many times, these are people that do not have a login to your organization, whereas users do have a login to your organization. They can be set as an admin, as a manager, maybe they're a pet specialist. And so these people in here are all users of my organization. You can see that a lot of people have chosen not to upload a profile picture. That is totally up to you. I think it looks nicer with a profile picture. There's me, hello, and this is Justin. You can see both of our faces now, so you know who you're sending an email to in the future. Again, you'll be able to filter by role and search for different people, or you can type in here and just search. If I want to add more users to have access to our account, then I'm going to click Add User right here. I'm just going to pop in their email. So let's go ahead and get an email from Temp Mail. All right, we're just going to use this email. This person is Jim Jam. As you can tell, I'm really awful at creating fake names. And then I'm going to set their role, admin, manager, pet specialist, analyst, or a foster. You can see what those roles have access to right here. So let's say I want to invite them as an admin. I want them to have access to everything. I'm going to select that role and then hit invite. And now I have invited them. They are going to get an email to their email account that tells them, hey, you have a new invitation, exactly like this. So they go to their email, they're going to see this invitation. Hey, Jim Jam, you've been invited to join Rescue Theory on Pawlytics. So it is really important that these people that you are inviting to your account go to their email and click this link. If they do not click this link to create an account, it will actually give them an error. We're working on fixing this because not everyone realizes to go to their email, and so we get a lot of people saying, hey, it's not working. But I promise you, if you follow the email link, you will be able to create an account, no problem. So when Jim Jam does create an account, he's going to be able to log in and see this dashboard that brings us right back to the beginning. The final thing I will show you, well, the final couple things are within your organization settings. So here's where you're going to enter in your basic information of your organization. This is more important for later on when we begin to open up what we're calling the rescue network, which means you guys will be able to contact each other through the system. So it's nice to see each other's mission statements, and your logo can be added right here. Again, just adds a nice little personal touch to your account. Pet settings is where you can add in your vet clinic list as well as the vets that are within that clinic. So I could either add a new clinic by typing, and I can go ahead and create that account, or I can select a clinic that already exists in our organization and add a new vet by entering in that vet's name here and clicking add. Or I can delete or edit vet names as well. So this is the list of clinics we work with and the vets that we work with within those clinics. All the way down at the bottom of your pet settings within organization settings is where you can set up your pet exports, such as Petfinder. That's simple as turning this on and setting, requesting this information from Petfinder, your FTP username and password. They will send that to you. You enter it in here, and then you click Start Exporting, and your Petfinder account will be synced. We do sync this every night at about 11:59 p.m. So let's say with Cash getting adopted today, he will be automatically taken down from Petfinder at 11:59 p.m. tonight. Form settings, this is exactly where you're going to go when you create a custom application. So to get those applications created, you're going to follow the directions on the dashboard, which is right here. If you need a custom application to put on your website, send those applications to me. I will create the form for you. I will send you a link so that you can approve it and see what it's going to look like. If you approve it, then we go ahead and put the code, the embed code, into your form settings right here. So you can see this is my embed code that I just put right into my website that gives the custom form the place to go, and then as well as when people are filling out those custom forms, this code is going to be what's telling that form to send that information to your Pawlytics account. And so when people fill out those forms, the applications will show up in here right away. And then both yourself and the person who had filled out the form will get a confirmation email, typically within about 15 minutes. The other thing I wanted to show you that's pretty neat is if you are someone who works within multiple rescue organizations, let's say you volunteer for multiple organizations, you can actually be part of multiple rescues within your Pawlytics account. So you can see that right now I'm working within Rescue Theory. Let's say I wanted to jump over to my other rescues account, Pupper Points. I can go ahead and do that, and boom, I'm in the Pupper Points account. Now I can go ahead and switch back to Rescue Theory. It's going to give me this little screen that tells me it's switching me back over. And here I am. It tells me which account I'm in. Finally, here is where you can find your user settings. It's really important that you know where to change your password as well as edit your information. Sometimes when we do have to go in and create an account for someone, we might not know your first and last name, so this will show up as null and null. Just know that clicking on this drop down and clicking settings will get you to your user settings. And that's where you can edit this information. So it would be as simple as me clicking edit and save. I can change my profile picture. I can reset my password, and there we go. So that is a pretty brief overview of Pawlytics and how we can help you get off of spreadsheets and keep track of your information in a really nice and clean manner. We will be making many expansions to this product, and so we're really excited to have you as part of this journey. We're really always excited and looking for more input on what we build and what you see as priority of what's going to help you save more animals. So please never hesitate to reach out. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and please let me know if you have any questions at all. You can always reach me by email right here. Alrighty, thank you so much for your time.